Allah made the earth subservient to us so we can walk upon it and eat from His provision. All stability and firmness of this earth comes from Allah alone. A servant should always be dependent on Allah and seek help from Him in all conditions. We belong to Allah, we are with Allah, and we exist by Allah's grace. When a Muslim wants to strengthen his trust in Allah, he must have certainty in Allah's names, attributes, and greatness. Trust in Allah is connected to a servant's faith. The greater your faith and certainty in Allah, the stronger your trust becomes. Allah often connects trust with His attributes, saying, "Trust in the ever-living who does not die, and trust in the mighty, the merciful." The Prophet told Ibn Abbas, "Guard Allah, and He will guard you. If you ask Allah, and if you seek help from Allah. Know that if the entire nation gathered to benefit you, they could only benefit you with what Allah has written for you, and if they gathered to harm you, they could only harm you with what Allah has written against you." The stronger this faith becomes in your heart, the stronger your trust in Allah grows. Among the beautiful aspects of the Quran is that Allah dedicated an entire chapter to trust, Surah Hud. It begins with monotheism, worship none but Allah, and establishes the principle, there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision. The chapter concludes, worship Him and trust upon Him. The chapter is named after Prophet Hud, because his story displays trust in Allah in its greatest form. When his people threatened him, he stood alone before the mighty people of Ad and declared, "I call Allah to witness that I am free from what you associate besides Him, so plot against me all of you, then do not give me respite. Indeed, I have trusted in Allah, my Lord and your Lord." This trust in Allah was his source of strength, and Allah cast terror into their hearts, so none dared harm him. The Prophet shared a beautiful story about trust from the children of Israel. A man borrowed 1,000 dinars, and when asked for witnesses, he said, "Allah is sufficient as a witness." When asked for a guarantor, he said, "Allah is sufficient as a guarantor." When repayment time came, he couldn't find a ship to return the money due to a sea between cities. He placed the money in a piece of wood, sealed it, and threw it into the sea, saying, "O Allah, I entrust this to you." The lender found the wood while collecting firewood, discovered the money inside, and when the borrower later arrived with replacement money, the lender said, "Allah has already fulfilled on your behalf what you sent in the wood. Truly, Allah is sufficient as a guarantor." The reality of trust is reliance of the heart upon Allah while taking means, but without attaching the heart to those means. Trust doesn't mean abandoning effort. Allah combines worship and seeking help. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. The Prophet took means when migrating, hiding in a cave and using a guide, yet his heart remained attached to Allah. When Abu Bakr worried about discovery, the Prophet said, "What do you think of two whom Allah is their third? Do not grieve. Indeed, Allah is with us." The Prophet encouraged taking means. Be keen on what benefits you, seek help from Allah, and do not be incapable, and seek treatment, but do not seek treatment with forbidden things. We take means while attaching our hearts to the Lord of means, knowing that Allah is the true healer and provider. Sometimes Allah breaks the usual rules of cause and effect, so hearts don't become attached to means instead of Him. Fire normally burns, but when Abraham was thrown into it, Allah commanded, "O fire, be coolness and safety upon Abraham." Allah provided Abraham a child in old age when Sarah said, "Shall I give birth while I am an old woman?" They were told, "Are you amazed at the decree of Allah? Trust Allah and entrust your affairs to Him while taking means. Whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." Hidden shirk often enters through excessive attachment to means while forgetting Allah. Ibn Abbas explained that shirk can be as subtle as saying, "If not for the dog in the house, thieves would have come," without remembering Allah's protection. When someone's heart becomes completely focused on a doctor, medicine, pilot, or any means while forgetting Allah, this represents deficiency in trust and hidden shirk. Even in seeking knowledge, one might over-attach to a particular teacher. The heart should attach to Allah alone. He is the source of all knowledge, healing, and provision. The sign of true trust is contentment with Allah's decree. When you say, "I trust in Allah," you're making Him your agent to manage your affairs as He wills. If you're truly trusting, you'll be pleased with whatever Allah decrees, even if it's not what you wanted. As Bishr al-Hafi said, one who claims to trust Allah while lying, if he truly trusted, he would be pleased with what Allah does to him. The Prophet taught, if something befalls you, do not say, if I had done such and such, but say, Allah has decreed and what He willed, He has done. This is the heart of one who truly trusts. One who trusts Allah is the happiest person because Allah says, whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. He doesn't exhaust himself with worry about the future. Consider Allah's greatness. This entire earth is nothing compared to Him. The seven heavens compared to Allah's chair are like a ring in a desert, and the chair compared to the throne is like that ring compared to the desert. Would such a mighty Lord be unable to provide your needs, heal your illness, or grant you sustenance? The Prophet said, if you trusted in Allah with true trust, He would provide for you as He provides for birds. They go out hungry in the morning and return full in the evening. Most people limit their trust to worldly matters, jobs, money, success, but the greatest trust involves religious affairs. The Prophet told Mu'adh, never leave after every prayer saying, O Allah, help me remember you, thank you, and worship you well. Trust Allah for increase in knowledge, humility in prayer, ability to pray at night, and growth in faith. The Prophet's trust in conveying Allah's message represents the noblest form of trust. Those who truly trust remain humble, never becoming impressed with themselves, knowing that self-admiration contradicts trust in Allah. The Prophet described the 70,000 who will enter paradise without reckoning. They are those who do not seek ruqyah, do not cauterize, do not practice superstition, and in their Lord they trust. They don't seek polytheistic healing involving jinn, don't rely on superstitious omens like pessimism from seeing certain things, and while they may use permissible treatments when necessary, their hearts remain attached to Allah alone. The Prophet promised, with every 1,000, 70,000, and 3 handfuls from my Lord's handfuls, indicating an enormous number will achieve this level of trust. True trust means depending completely on Allah while fulfilling our responsibilities, remaining content with His decree, avoiding attachment to means over the Creator of means, and maintaining humility before His greatness. Whether in worldly affairs or religious matters, the believer's heart should always turn to Allah as the ultimate source, protection, and goal. This is the path of the prophets and the righteous, complete reliance on Allah with perfect contentment in His wisdom and decree.